Thank you. I appreciate it. Okay, so I think we're live. I will tweet this out. Okay, so no one's yet here. I can see who the viewers are, but for the people who watch the playback, this is our Pitch Wars live show test. Because as we all know with Murphy's Law, everything will crash down at some point. So I just want to make sure this is good for the show next week. And to help me test are my lovely friends and super awesome surprise guests. Got Ellie Blake, the author of Frostblood, New York Times bestseller, an amazing book. My former mentee, Katie O'Shea, and Lana Patterson, who was a former mentee and is also organizing the Pimp My Bios this year, which is fabulous. So we're going to just have a fun little conversation. Please, if there's any feedback issues or like the screen freezes or something, tweet me. Let me know what's up. Feel free to ask us questions. And hopefully we will not be on here too long, just long enough to have a nice conversation and make sure the world does not explode. So far we have 2 viewers. Hi, viewers. How are you guys? So let's start with Lana. Can you tell us a brief history of Pimp My Bio and, you know, why it's such a cool thing to do if you're, you know, applying for Pitch Wars?
If you're applying, yes. Well, I kind of inherited Pimp My Bio. I didn't come up with it. I think Danny Morin started it a couple years ago, and then she passed the baton to Christopher Kilty. And so I picked up the baton last year, and I had a lot of fun, like hosting it. So I decided to do it again this year. But I think it's good if you're comfortable and you have a blog. I think it's a really good opportunity for you to tell more about yourself. And you can maybe speak from the mentor's point of view, but I think that mentors look at it, they want to know a little bit more about you. Basically, are you normal? and sometimes, you know, if you put something in, I think the important thing is to be yourself. Like, you know, tell us your quirks and your fandoms and stuff. And I think you can sometimes really connect with a mentor on that level too. And I also know last year, and I've heard rumblings of it already this year, that a couple of mentors have added little words into their wish list because they perhaps saw something on Pimp My Bio that piqued their interest and wanted to encourage people to apply. So I think, hey, it's a great opportunity. And also comment. Go to people's blogs, fellow entrants, and comment on them. And that's how you make friends in the community.
That's awesome. And I do love Pimp My Bio as a mentor. I just realized an error that I'm going to fix. Katie, do you have anything to say about Pimp My Bio while I put out a fire?
I've also done Pimp My Bio, I think, every year. I entered Pitch Wars 3 times, and I think I did it every year. And I just thought it was a good way to get to know other mentees and like read their posts that they had done. And then also to kind of put yourself out there for mentors to get to know you a little bit better if they might be trying to creep on you, especially kind of towards the end. I don't know if it really influences anyone because I think, you know, some mentors don't even look at it, but others, I don't know, maybe if they're kind of down to 2 or 3 people, they can kind of get a sense of your personality or how much you're willing to work. And, you know, that might sway them one way or another, or it might not. So I think it's a cool way to at least just get to know other mentees, like mentee hopefuls.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think anyone will be penalized if they don't have a blog or don't have time or don't want to put themselves out there. So it's just like a bonus, considered a bonus and a fun thing to do if you want.
Yeah, definitely totally optional.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so minor brief announcement. The original link I tweeted out was not the correct link. It made it so people could join us. My bad, y'all. I have now since tweeted out the correct link. This is what tests are for.
Awesome.
But yeah, no, I remember doing Pimp My Bio when I was a mentee, and I just thought it was just so much fun. And I'm sure I look like a freak on it because, as you can see, I am kind of weird. But yeah, and as a mentor, I will say I try really hard not to read them until after the submission window, only because I don't want to fall in love with you before I read your book, because then I'll just want to adopt you all. And so what I usually do is, like, sometimes curiosity gets the best of me, and I will click. But I'll usually wait till like my top 5 or 3 books, and then I'll go scope out the person and be like, here's who wrote this amazing book. But what about you, Ellie? Did you do it when Ellie was in my year of Pitch Wars? We were in 2014 together, and the book that became a New York Times bestseller was her Pitch Wars novel.
It was, yeah. And that's, more importantly, how we became friends.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to note that, and how I got almost all of my critique partners was through Pitch Wars 2014. So I didn't do Pimp My Bio, I don't think. I'm pretty sure that I found out about Pitch Wars a few days before the submission window ended. Like, it was just before the deadline that a writing friend posted in a little mini Facebook group, oh, there's this thing called Pitch Wars. And so I had to scramble to get everything together. And then I guess maybe there was time after that to do that, but I don't think for some reason I did. I was convinced I wouldn't get in. So I didn't. That's probably why I didn't do it. I mean, I hoped I would, but when the mentors do all the teaser tweets where they sort of like hint at what they like and what they're, asking for and what their favorites are. The people I had submitted to were so good at throwing me off that I was just convinced that it was not my book that anyone was tweeting about. So I was pretty pleasantly surprised when I got into Pitch Wars.
That's awesome. And seriously, you guys need to read Frostblood. And when does your next book come out?
Book 2 is Fireblood, and it's coming out September 12th.
Mark your calendars, people, because that one's awesome too.
Thank you. Nikki always reads them before anyone else, so she knows what happens before anyone else does.
Can I just say, that's my favorite thing about Pitch Wars is, well, besides getting to read, books in advance, which is just always lovely. But it's, like you said, making your friends. I have met the best people ever. I didn't have any writing friends except maybe one before this, because honestly, writers freak me out a little bit. And it was like, as we all were tweeting about, the games and like the hashtag and even the people who didn't get into Pitch Wars, I'm friends with a lot of the people I met on the hashtag. And so it's almost like, look to your left, look to your right. These are the people you're going to go through your career journey with. And Ellie and I stay in touch with a lot of the people from 2014. We have a group, and it's like the best support group ever, honestly. There's nothing better than our little group. And then, I met my mentee last year, and she's fabulous. She has scraped me off the floor many times. Katie is great. As a mentee last year, did you find that both of you, Lana and Katie, did you make a lot of friends?
Yeah, definitely. And still talk to people in the Pitch Wars Facebook group for our class. So definitely.
Yeah, definitely. One of my CPs got in, so that was really cool. Tasha Sumner. So that was really cool to kind of be in with someone you knew before that. But then also I've met a bunch of people in our Facebook group, which I think is like the best part about getting into Pitch Wars really is this dedicated Facebook group that's really honest. Right, Katie? And we're like, it's all out there. So
yeah,
so true.
Yeah,
so
I'm hoping to meet them in real life, like at RWA in a couple weeks. So that should be pretty cool.
Oh, I'm so jealous. I want to go so bad. Monica says hi. Hi, Monica. For those who've just joined us, we now are up to 15 viewers on this test, which for a non-real show is awesome. Feel free to tweet us if you have questions. My surprise guests here are the lovely Ellie Blake, the New York Times bestseller author of Frostblood and former Pitch Wars mentee and former mentor. My past mentee, Katie O'Shea, and the amazing Lana Pattinson, who is currently organizing Pimp My Bio and a former mentee from last year. So we are just having a party because Pitch Wars is a 24/7 party, let's be honest here. And as a brief, commercial, I have my lovely mug, the newest Pitch Wars mug from Writer's Life Apparel, which you guys totally need to go check out. I should be wearing my shirt, but I'm a horrible person who forgot to do laundry. So I'm wearing my 8th grade mathlete shirt. That is how my life is going right now. And also for those looking for the extra mentor game, I will mention it right before we get off. And I'm thinking we'll probably stay on just for like a couple more minutes. Let's see, what do you think? Oh, Katie, you got your mentor or your agent from Pitch Wars. How has that been for you?
That's been amazing. Yeah, it was really great. I never expected, I mean, you always like hope, but I never really expected I would. So it's been awesome. And I got my agent pretty quickly, like within a week from the agent round. So that was super exciting. And Nikki was the best, like helping me with my revisions, and all her comments were amazing. So I have to thank her for that. But yeah, it's been good, and I've been doing more revisions since then. So yeah.
That never ends, does it? The revision part.
Yeah.
Oh yes, revisions.
Yeah.
I feel like it makes me twitch just kind of even talking about them, but it's a beautiful part of the writing process.
So fun.
What do you think, for all of you, since you all have been in Pitch Wars, what do you think was the number one thing you learned in the revision process?
Even learning how to revise was my big lesson from Pitch Wars. I had tried so hard to revise my own book before Pitch Wars and did my best, but I really had never revised anything before because I tended to write up to near the ending of a book, and then I wouldn't know the ending, and then I would just abandon it and start a new project. So I hadn't really stuck with something and revised it. And in 2014, when I wrote Frostblood, that was the first book that I actually stuck with and tried to revise. But I still didn't really know what I was doing. And that 2-month window where my mentor, Sarah Nicholas, and my co-mentee, Shannon Cooley, they both worked with me on the book and sort of just taught me how to revise. I really didn't know how to go about it before that. So that was my first experience of getting line edits and learning that I don't know how to use punctuation and all those valuable things that I've taken with me since then. Yeah, that's my experience. It taught me stuff.
What about you, Lana? What was the number one thing you learned?
I don't know. I think I was just kind of in awe of my mentor, Marty Mayberry, because she is like a machine. And she would read mine and my co-mentee, Alex Rita, over and over and over again. And just like the dedication, I was just amazed. So I think I just learned, hey, you know what? You got to pick up the pace here and keep up with my mentor, because I was like, wow, no more dawdling here. You got 2 months to get this done and get into the agent round. So time management, I think, is a good thing. That was kind of a big wake-up call. Like, hey, yeah, great, I got into Pitch Wars. Wait, I got 2 months? Wait a second, right? And so that you know, it's great to get in and great to have someone who like holds your hand and has your back. But you got to buckle down and do the work yourself.
That is very, very true. I feel like the thing I learned the most is to really like re-envision your book, and that's where the word revision comes from. It's not like just make edits. It's literally taking your vision and redoing it. And my book has had 12 different endings, so I have revisioned a lot. What about you, Katie?
Yeah, I would just echo what they said, and I think I learned how amazing Nikki is, for one. I mean, she was like brilliant, and all of her notes were fabulous. So Nikki would just like put comments like, this scene needs more pizzazz, and I was like, yes. So that was great. And yeah, I think time management and just how quickly maybe I could do revisions when forced to. So yeah, I think just like the value also of having like a great CP, because Nikki and I are now CPs, and she's still just like the best when we talk probably like every day, right?
Yeah, I love you. Now you're making me all like, not live, Katie, come on.
Nikki's the best cheerleader too. I have to put in, because I also am lucky enough to have her as a CP. I understand what you mean by her saying this scene needs more pizzazz, and instead of you feeling bad, you're like, yes, because she always phrases it in a way that makes you just feel like I am brilliant and I can totally do this.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
That's
I
a
love
ton.
you guys. Okay, so I was reading a guy's book that I don't know very well recently, and I actually found myself writing, this needs more pizzazz. And I was like, can I say that to a man? Is that weird? And then I did like a footnote, like, I said this to my last mentee. We both like pizzazz and Taylor Swift. I hope this doesn't offend you. This is why Pitchworks is so great, guys. It's really this community, and I really hope whether you get in or not, whether you even decide to apply or not, I hope you take this opportunity to meet friends, because it's always said that writing is a lonely occupation, but it really doesn't have to be. You can find your kindred spirit out there, and I don't know what I do without my CPs, honestly. And like I don't know, I guess this is going to sound really weird, but I'm so grateful for people who I can see people, and they write better than me. I love that. Like, I read Ellie's books and I'm just like, I want to write better. And that's awesome because, like in college, you would read your critique partner in class and be like, oh, like, why am I reading this? Because you had to read that. No, but you can choose when you become friends with people. It's great.
Yeah,
I kind of disagree about that because I don't write better than you. We have different voices. We have different styles. But it is great to find someone at your own level so that you have different strengths and you're trading strengths, right? Your weaknesses in helping. So different styles, but not better.
Very true. Very true. Well, I think this is the writer self-deprecation. I always think everyone's better than me. And Monica just tweeted, hi Monica, again, we love you. She said that she's reading Frostblood right now, which if you're watching this, all 16 people of our test, you should be also reading Frostblood right now.
Monica is also amazing. She's a mentor again this year, right? Is that correct?
I believe so.
Okay, because yes, she's been tweeting about it. Yeah, she's the queen of I don't know how to say that after all these years, but she's amazing as a mentor too, I've heard. So yeah, so many good mentors.
Oh yeah, I don't even know how. I mean, it's mind-blowing how amazing the list is this year, and I can't wait for the blog hop next week. And I'm kind of excited about. Yes,
we're all expecting, a Brenda Drake surprise, maybe a little bit early.
I know nothing. I now live in a blog, and I literally know nothing now this year, which I actually kind of like. I'm just doing the live show and mentoring because I have no sleep or brain cells. But I have enough brain cells to mentor you if you apply to me. I'm not that dead anymore, I promise. So let me see. Someone else notified. Okay, no more questions. You guys can ask questions if you want. We are going to be wrapping up in probably 8 minutes, and then I'll give the hint. And with the blog hop, I will, on the blog hop day, be announcing an Extra Mentor game, which for those who are like, what is Extra Mentor? Last year, I did a video of this on the Pitchworks YouTube channel, very low quality, but go watch it anyway because it's informative, about what it is. And last year, mentees or hopefuls were like, I donated to Pitchworks so I could have extra mentors, but I'd like to donate so other people could have extra mentors too, but I have no one in mind. Can you give it away for me? And so I started doing little games, and people liked the game so much that they just were like, let's give everyone extra mentors. And it was like Oprah time. And we, I think, gave away like 100 vouchers or something. So people want it to happen again, and a few people have donated. And if you would like to donate to that, feel free. The information is on the YouTube channel. You just have to forward your receipt to my Pitchworks email, also on the YouTube channel, and I'll tweet it out later again today. Just to reiterate, though, you can donate for yourself. Just don't forward me the receipt. I totally understand the mix-up that has happened earlier. Anyway, so as we wrap up, what is the #1 piece of advice you guys would give for people considering applying for Pitchworks?
Well, I'd say you lose nothing by applying. I mean, just absolutely do it, even if you have to rush a little bit. And I know we all want polished manuscripts in our inboxes when we're mentors, which I'm not this year. And I know I'll be sad and jealous about everyone else enjoying this, but deadlines prevented it this year. But we all want, really polished manuscript. But, sometimes it's polished enough. So just give it a try. It's worth it. It's worth a shot. It's, there's so much benefit from it, even if you don't get in. There are people I've met through the Pitch Wars hashtag that never did get into Pitch Wars. I have a good friend that I've met at a couple of conferences now, and I knew her from Pitch Wars just from the hashtag, even though we weren't in it together. So there's so much that you can get out of it just by participating on the hashtag and finding people through all the various things around Pitch Wars.
What about you, Katie?
Yeah, I would agree. Definitely don't count yourself out and enter if you feel like you have a manuscript that's ready or, you know, that could be ready in the next couple weeks. Don't count yourself out if you think it's not, you know, but it might be. And also just don't get discouraged if you don't get in. Keep writing and make the connections. And just remember that everything doesn't count on Pitch Wars. Like, you can get an agent without Pitch Wars. And I got into Pitch Wars my third time at trying, so, you know, just keep trying. If it doesn't happen the first time, make connections. I joined my writing group after the first time that I entered Pitch Wars, so you really make a lot of valuable connections, even if you don't get in. So just keep trying and keep writing.
What about you, Lana?
I totally agree. I think don't self-reject right away. It's worth a shot. You've got nothing to lose. But be prepared. You know, writing the publishing industry is a lot of rejection. And so try not to take it too hard. I think last year there were 2,000 applications and maybe 150 got in. So it's subjective, just like getting an agent is. And I know, well, I was going to say, I know someone who didn't get in, but I got an agent right after and got a really good deal. So everybody has their own path, you know. So this is just one option, but have fun doing it, and you know, take a chance.
And I want to echo that too, because I think a lot of times we think, you know, X, Y, and Z is the end all be all of my writing career, you know, whether it's getting into Pitch Wars or getting that agent. And I just want to say, you know, so I got into Pitch Wars and I did get my agent, the first agent. I am now on my third agent. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's just part of the normal writing process. It's a journey. Sometimes finding agents like dating. And actually there's a surprising amount of writers who have multiple agents. So, I mean, I learned so much from Pitch Wars. I wouldn't trade that for the world. And that's where the value is. It's not whether you get an agent or not. It's what you learn and who you meet and growing every step of the way. And if you get an agent or 5 later, that's the icing on the cake. So we are now on the last 3 minutes, and I'm going to give the Extra Mentor, you know, hashtag game for, yes. So here's what I'm thinking, guys. Because you, all 15 viewers of you have stuck through this test, and apparently we have not had sound or video errors because no one has tweeted me unless you just are laughing on the other side of this camera, which that would not be nice. Tweet me if there's problems. But since you made it to the end, I would request that if someone asks you what the game is, and they have not watched it, obviously, tell them it's to tell me my giraffe onesie is sexy on Twitter, and let's see if people look stupid. The game will be hashtag it Extra Mentor and hashtag it Pitch Wars, and just say what you love most about the community. And that's it. And I will choose a person at random, and that person will get a voucher. And that's all. And if you want to pay it forward, remember, donate on Brenda's blog and forward your little receipt to me and tell me it's to give away, because I would like to make sure I'm not giving away your Extra Mentors. That would be sad. I would never want to do that. Anyway, thank you guys for this amazing test. Oh, Lorelai, thank you for telling me that the sound and video is good. I can sleep well tonight. Thank you, guys. This is great. Because I'm not going to lie, I've been working like 20 hours trying to work on YouTube lately, and it has not been fun. This is why my hair looks like this. And I'm wearing I should put the hat on. There we go. Okay.
It's very cute.
Thank you. Thank you. This is what sad writers do in the basement of their houses. So anyway, just to, you know, reiterate and thank, you know, you're my lovely surprise guest. Thank you so much for helping me out tonight. It was Ellie Blake, the New York Times bestselling author of Frostblood. Her next book, Fireblood, the book 2, is coming out in September. What's the exact date again, Ellie?
12th. September 12th.
September 12th. You're going to want to pre-order this. You're going to want to get both at the same time if you haven't read the first yet. Awesome.
Oh, thanks for having me tonight. This was fun. Thank you.
I'm so glad you were on here. And then Katie O'Shea, my former mentee. Who are you agented by again, Katie?
Stephen Salpier at Curtis Brown.
Awesome. And then Lana Pattinson. awesome member of our writing community. And thank you so much for doing Pimp My Bio. I don't know what we would do without Pimp My Bio. I look forward to it every year, and I just think it's such a cool community builder, for sure.
It's fun. And I want to say thank you to you for making it so fun with the videos. It's hilarious. And Brenda, of course, and Heather Cashman. I mean,
yes, thank you to those.
Work.
Yeah, our fearless captains. Yeah, and everyone who's involved in Pitch Wars, because honestly, it's grown a lot, and every single person's so important. And you, viewer, you person who's applying, you're important, because without you, there would be no Pitch Wars. So go forth, may the pitch be with you, and look forward to the live shows this week. Bye, everyone.